of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Hey there, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, one of the most commonly asked questions I get is, what in the heck did I do in a previous lifetime to deserve this? Right? Well, it's a fair question, right? So maybe it's time for us to talk about karmic debt. So let's talk about, what is a karmic debt? What if you have one? How do you know if you even have one? Where can you find it on your numerology chart? And the big question that keeps coming up is, why me? Why do I have to suffer this way? But before we get into this, I want to be sure that you're going to stick around until the end of this video because I have a brand new free resource that I've just launched that I know you're going to want. If you've tuned into the karmic debt video today, I promise you, you're going to want what's coming up. All right, so stay tuned. So let's dive in, shall we? All right, so what exactly is a karmic debt? Well, karmic debt may not be what you think. There's a lot of yak about it, right? But before you incarnated, the deal is that you sat down with a group of spirit guides, pen in hand, and you drafted a soul's agreement for this lifetime, okay? You reflected on your previous lifetime and you considered all the areas that you didn't quite hit the mark. You didn't quite meet the bill. So in doing so, you chose to take on the opportunity. You chose to take on the opportunity to grow and to do better in this lifetime. And one way to do that was by including some karmic debt numbers into your soul signature numerology chart. Now, karmic debt numbers are going to provide you with challenges, and they're going to help you to overcome the debt that you created in your previous lifetime. Okay, so this is by choice that you invited the opportunity to work on these lessons. I know it's hard to believe, right? For example, the number 13, karmic debt, exists because you weren't disciplined in your previous lifetime. This is attached to somebody who may have been really lazy in a previous lifetime, may have taken the easy way out. You didn't finish what you started, you didn't dot your I's, didn't cross your T's, didn't come up with a plan. So the influence of the number 13 in this lifetime is going to remind you to stay focused, stay on track, stay disciplined while you're developing a greater work ethic. Okay, the 4 is about focus, and work is also a number 4 influence as well. So how do you even know if you have a karmic debt? Well, when the numbers 13, 14, 16, or 19 show up on your chart, these are going to be signals that you've returned to make amends for some unfinished business, right? Or maybe some less than ideal behavior in a previous lifetime. But here's the thing. Karmic debt isn't punishment, even though it feels like it sometimes. It absolutely is not punishment. It's actually your soul's way of saying, I get it. I made a mess. I was a badass in a previous lifetime, and I'm here to clean up the mess I made. So I'm going to do better in this lifetime. Okay, this is your invitation to overcome bad behavior from a previous lifetime. So you might be wondering, where can you find karmic debt in your numerology chart? Well, karmic debt can show up in your life path number, which is based on your date of birth, right? So the life path number embraces all of the lessons that you've chosen to work on in this lifetime. So this is often the most intense place for it to show up because the life path number relates to the lessons you've chosen to learn. And now we're going to amp it up a little bit. So for example, I am a 16-7 life path. So not only is it my life path number 16-7, but it holds the big nasty karmic debt attached to it too. So a karmic debt life path number is kind of like a life path number, let's say on steroids, right? So it can also show up in your expression number, which of course is based on your full name on your birth certificate. This is where your talents and your gifts are. And when your expression number is a karmic debt, it typically affects your career, okay? Your talents, your gifts, and your work, your career. But when the karmic debt shows up as your heart's desire number, it's going to affect your heart, right? So it's going to influence the things that are personal to you and the things and the people that you're very passionate about. That's how that can be influenced. Your day of birth can also hold a karmic debt connection. It's also possible to have a karmic debt cycle show up on your chart. And so when this happens, it doesn't mean that you have a karmic debt necessarily that you're paying back for. Something that's going to influence you for your entire life. When a cycle shows up, it means that there's going to be some kind of karmic influence during a certain period of time. Okay, so you can relax because this shit doesn't last too long, right? So unlike having a karmic debt that is part of your core numerology, your life path number, expression number, heart's desire number, or day of birth number, those are with you for your entire life. When you have a cycle that comes in, it's an influence. So for example, you might have a 14-5 essence, right? That's showing up on your chart. So an essence can last anywhere from 12 months to 9 years. Not common, but it does, it can. So this just means that during that period of time that the essence is there, your year, your personal year, will be influenced by the presence of that karmic essence. Okay, so the 14-5 talks about feeling a little frustrated because you want your freedom, but at the same time, you want to keep it safe. You want to take a day off, but the other side says, no, I got to work, right? So it's kind of, a bit of a juggling act, and it makes it a little bit difficult for you to make a solid decision that you can really hang your hat on. Okay, so that's an example of a karmic cycle. So I'm sure now you might be asking the question, well, okay, yeah, I think I got some karmic debt going on here, but why me? Why me? I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would you choose this? Pause while I duck for cover, because I'm going to tell you again, seriously, you chose it, right? This is part of your lesson plan and you did choose it. So the truth is everybody has karmic debt, whether it shows up on your chart in the way of 13, 14, 16, or 19, we all have karmic debt. I mean, think about it. Why would you sign up for another round of Earth School if there wasn't anything for you to learn, if there's nothing for you to work on? Why on earth would you agree to come back here? Earth School is tough. It's not for the faint of heart. That said, not all karmic debt shows up as a number in your chart. Let's be clear here about this common misconception. Karmic debt doesn't follow, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. You were a badass to me last time, so I get to be a badass on you this time. That is not how this works, right? This isn't a scorecard where if someone wronged you in a previous lifetime, you get to even the score in this one. That's not at all how it works. Instead, karmic debt is about growth, it's about evolution, and it's about striking a balance in your life. It's never, ever about revenge. So you can kind of get that out of your head if that's been what your thought was. So I have created another video for you that I'm going to launch very shortly. So I want you to stay tuned for it, because this is when we're going to dive into the meaning of each karmic debt number and how you can embrace the lessons, because otherwise it just keeps hitting you back, time and time again. So I might as well get it over with, right? And I thought that I would mention, here's my little resource for you. I thought I'd mention that I have a brand new course out, and it's called Is Karmic Debt Crushing Your Relationship? Guys, this is a really special course, and it is absolutely free. Okay, you can access it and many other free courses. Actually, I just launched a different website that hosts all of my courses, and they are free. So you can check it out. It's at www.courses.anneperrynumerologist.com. Pretty simple, right? So let's remember, what you resist is going to persist, right? Yeah, so let's kick this crap to the curb once and for all, shall we? Who's with me? I just know that you're going to be creating your best day ever, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Until next time.